Are you confused about paying for the deletion on your consumer report? Hi everybody, it's your man Foresight again, rocking and rolling, trying to make it happen. Well, today is another day, and my question today is, are you confused about paying for the deletion? Okay. Let me run this disclaimer. This is not legal advice. This is not financial advice. I do not offer legal advice. I do not offer financial advice. If you would like legal advice, financial advice, then I suggest you find yourself a competent professional, and please be advised. What I'm about to say here is strictly for education and information purposes only, and the views and opinions of me, the host, does not reflect the views and opinions of any platform that hosts Blind Intelligence. Now, back to what we was talking about in terms of paying for the deletion. Are you confused about that? All right. There is some things that needs to be cleared up about that, because a lot of times we get it wrong. We get it wrong because we think that money can solve the problem. And in fact, if you do not pay for the deletion correctly, it can create more problems than you think. So I want to go into a little bit about that, because I want to debunk all of the whatever you've been told. All right. They say if you pay it, boom boom, it's gonna go away. This, that, whatever. Look, let me say this. I'm just gonna hit you straight up in the head. I'm not gonna give you no fluff, none of that. Here it go. If you owe your creditor and your creditor has charged it off, and let's say, for example, or or they have a debt collector come after it, or a debt junk buyer picks it up for pennies on the dollar and then come after you for the debt, right? Let's start with your debt collector. Once your debt collector proves that they're working for the creditor, then you negotiate with them, because they're going to give you the consignment, right? And then you start to work out something with them. Now, paying for the deletion off your credit report, you must have it in writing. Whether you talk to that debt collector, or you talk to the debt collector that's collecting on behalf of the creditor. That's what I'm talking about, not the debt junk buyer. If you talk to the creditor and work out something with the creditor, whichever one you do, you make sure that you get it in writing with their letterhead on it. Don't play around with them, because this is business. You make sure that they get it in writing. If you owe $2,000 and you say, well, we're willing to pay $500, tell them to say, don't send them a quarter until they send it to you in writing that you're going to be paying $500. That we will accept $500 on behalf of creditor A. And you put it in writing, make sure that they have their letterhead on it. If it ain't writing exact, don't fool with it. If they send it to you and it's not writing exact, the letter not writing exact, don't send it to you. Don't send them a quarter. So say, hey, your letterhead is not on this. We want this paperwork to be right and exact, because you want to make sure. And don't be afraid to get on the phone and call that creditor. Hey, do you have so and so collection agency, collecting on your behalf? Well, they're going to send you the paperwork. They're going to see a copy of the consignment paperwork anyway, because you're gonna validate the debt anyway under the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. That's number one. They're going to send you the paperwork. But I'm speaking about those that's on the up and up, those that's really doing their jobs. I'm not speaking about the ones that's doing something inconspicuous. No. Now, like I said, make sure you get that in writing. Okay? In writing. And that's that. You know what I'm saying? Then when you get it in writing, you send it. And now, what is this gonna say? And what is it gonna say? Well, that remains to be seen. You make sure that it says all of your demands upon payment, payment upon deletion upon payment, right? Deletion off the consumer's credit report upon payment of the amount of $500. It's got to say something in that particular way, worded in that particular way, because, like I said, this covers you. That means that they're holding up for this, because it's going to stand up in court. It will stand up. See, this is what I'm saying. You want something that's going to be able to stand up in court if you got to take these people to court if they're doing something wrong. Cross your T's, dot your I's. Don't play with them. This is how we do it. See, I really don't want to get into the debt junk buyer, because the debt junk buyer is another deal. There's no negotiation with them. There's no negotiation with them, because if they don't validate the debt, which they're not, they're going to send you printouts. That's not validation. They got to prove that they own the debt. Yeah, you owe it, but do they own it? See? Did they sign a contract with your creditor? Did they sign a contract with you? I'm not fit to pay nobody I ain't signed a contract with. I'm not fit to pay nobody I didn't sign a contract with. You trying to collect money from me, and no, it's not gonna happen. Absolutely not. On behalf of a debt, come on, man. Debt collector collecting the debt. This is a debt collector. That's what we're gonna say at the bottom there. This is a debt collector collecting a debt. Please. Whether you're an attorney, I don't care who you are. I'm not paying you no money. No money. Unless I got a contract with you. Unless you got a consignment with that creditor. Now, the creditor off top, then you're the debt collector. Now you're collecting on behalf of the creditor. But if you're just picking it up for pennies on the dollar and just coming after me, no, that ain't gonna happen. And you put something on my report, we're gonna have a problem. You cannot allow them to put anything on your report, because there was no contract made. There was no contract made between you and them. Heck, there was no contract between them and your creditor. Because if you pay them, the creditor still could come after you. Bet you didn't know that. If that creditor found out that you paid them, now you just got double dipped. Oh yeah, they just dipped you. Real talk. So no, N-O. Not with a debt junk buyer. No, absolutely not. Do not play with a debt junk buyer. That's why I said this subject matter here is really specifically talking about the creditor and the straight up debt collector. The debt collector is collecting on behalf of the creditor legitimately. They legitimately collecting on this collecting on behalf of that creditor, and they do that. Like I said before, I say it again, they're not all bad. They're trying to make money. They ain't got time to be doing something inconspicuous, because if they're trying to make money, then they're not finna mess with their bottom line off the rip. Not a real business. Not a real business. No. So that's not what these videos are about. These videos is talking about the honesty and dishonesty. We want you to look at these things on both sides of the fence and eradicate the what ifs. What if the person is good? What if the person is bad? No. This is how we deal with both. I'm going to give you both sides. Both sides on how to deal with them. If you owe the debt, and let's say it's way past 180 days, you need to be trying to negotiate. If you can, negotiate with them. If the debt collector is collecting on behalf of the creditor, and they send you the appropriate information that they supposed to send you, yeah, you need to now you need to work out. Say, hey, look, listen, I don't think I can get together $300. Say you owe them $1,000, so I can get together $300. If they don't accept that, say, okay, you get nothing. They're going to take that. They're going to take that, because a lot of times they don't get paid until they get some type of result. But they're going to take it. They're going to take it. You know what I'm saying? But make sure, once again, you make sure you got this in writing. It all must be in writing. I can't be no more adamant about that. You have to get it in writing. Have it in writing on what your demands are. If it's a removal of your consumer report, which it needs to be, if they're reporting to all 3 consumer reports, 1, maybe 2, whatever, tell them to have them remove it. I want you to remove this upon me paying you, straight up. Once I pay you, I want the deletion, straight up. And then they tell you okay. If you call them over the phone or whatever the case may be, tell them, send it to you in writing. If they want to fax it to you, fax it to you. If you got a fax machine, fax it to me. Email it to me. I don't care what you do. But make sure you get it in writing. So, but that's it for me. I just wanted to land my plane on that one, because that's utterly important, and I'm not finna come at, try to, bombard you with no more, with no fluff, no nothing, no extra commentary. That's it for me. Hey, look, share this video, alright, because it could really help somebody, in their situation when it comes to trying to negotiate with these creditors and these debt collectors. Not the debt jump buyers, the debt collectors. And just share this video out. Oh, smash the like button for brother, and so we can send these algorithms up and subscribe if you like. Thanks for watching.